Wait, what? It's November now?
No, I thought no, it's April. We celebrate Thanksgiving in April, don't we?
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought they moved that to the new holiday, whatever that's called.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I can't think of the other holiday now.
Oh,
I
that's
forget.
that's right. It's Facebook Day.
Oh no, it's National Girlfriend Day or National Something Day. That's what it is.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Just you know, living it up. How are you
So
doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm still chilling over here with my days off, my last week here. I'm not ready, but I'm still enjoying it.
I'm guessing you've been playing lots of games.
Pretty much, man. I've been playing a lot of games, just cruising away at a couple shows and series I've been working on. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
excited to talk about that kind of stuff. And to be honest, man, I don't know how long this podcast is going to be. It might be a short one because, there's not really a lot of news going on right now with the holidays. So
yeah, I kind of expected that. I mean, it is what it is.
it is what it is, exactly.
It is what it is.
But speaking of the holidays, those happened. I'm talking about the Christmas and the other ones, I guess, were going on or started as well. We were kind of talking about that last week. We got enlightened
Yeah.
about Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. Um, but yes, I celebrated a Christmas with Megan and our families representatively, and it's a lot of fun. I got a lot of awesome gifts. It was good to see my family. I don't usually like do anything too much more. Like COVID really didn't impact my holidays at all that much. I pretty much did what I normally do, which is
Well, that's
good.
good.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
know
that's
some
good.
people aren't as fortunate. But yeah, it was just a good Christmas. I can't necessarily pick out anything I loved specifically about it. I just had a good time overall. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, it was I would say a quieter Christmas than what I normally have because this year Amanda and I decided to just kind of do like how to explain this. We we hosted Christmas. I think I might have mentioned that last week, and it was. I don't want to say it was. See, it's funny. I don't know why I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Like it wasn't that it was lonely or it wasn't that it was just it was quieter because it was just her parents and my parents. Like I didn't see my brothers on Christmas. I didn't get a chance to see my sisters and my niece and nephews. We did a lot of like FaceTime phone calls and everything to say Merry to wish people Merry Christmas because I understand a lot of people a lot of times people like compared to last year like I guess Christmas would not be very COVID friendly. I guess is one way you can put it. With
Right.
with like the size of my family and how many people I would be interacting with. Personally, I don't really mind it, but I understand not everyone is as comfortable as I am with it. So
Right. You gotta respect that.
yeah, but we did have a really nice time. Like it really was. Like it was just great. Like there was nothing that went wrong. We all had a very nice time. We had a very nice brunch. Amanda more than not. Amanda more than me. I can't just help it. Amanda made a really nice brunch. We had like such amazing food. We had crock pot French toast, which is incredible, by the way. Um,
Interesting.
like some breakfast sliders and like we ate that all day. We just kept eating. We just kept picking at this food all day. It was great,
Nice.
and we all got real nice presents. Like I mean, people were being very generous to us, and man, uh, even me, like I was really shocked that I got the amount of presents that I did. Not saying that it's like I'm like a bad kid and I didn't deserve the presents. It was more just I just really didn't expect people to be that generous.
Yeah.
It's kind of yeah, it's weird. Um, Also, I got a lot of real. I keep saying like neat toys, even though I wouldn't really classify them as toys. But I got like a lot of neat knickknacks, like not just things that I want, but like we got some stuff for the house that I've been assembling. Like I actually just got Amanda's gift today, which is I bought her an elliptical, so I got to assemble that. That came kind of late, so I got to install that tomorrow, or put it together.
Cool.
And then, I got a lot of cool things, like some stuff for the house. Like, again, I sound like an adult when I say this, but we actually got real nice a new thermostat and a new doorbell. But it's like I think they're called Ring. I think Ring is the brand. So I have my new Ring doorbell that I can install. It has like the camera on it, and it like links to my phone, so I can like see people who come to if I'm not home and someone rings the doorbell, the camera can let me know who's at the door. Like if someone dropped off like a package. Cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat. So I've been enjoying putting together all these or installing all these little knickknacks around the house. Thermostat is still on my to-do list. Apparently, it takes more work than I thought because I just don't really know all the wires that have to crisscross and everything.
Right. That seems tricky.
But anyway, I'm rambling. But again, overall, very nice Christmas. We all got a lot of nice gifts. We all had a great time, and then I still got a chance to see all my family. I think I mentioned this last week. I just went to go visit other members of my family like the day before and the day after. So it really doesn't. It's not like Christmas was ruined because I didn't see them on the 25th.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of doing that too. Like, it's just sometime in December, stop in to say like Merry Christmas or meet up again. It was actually really nice. I haven't seen my grandfather since like the beginning of the pandemic, and I was gonna write him a little Christmas card, but instead of like just mailing it to him, I decided to actually go visit him and drop it off myself. And
That's very nice.
Yeah, and I got to talk to him for a few hours. We were like socially distant, and I was wearing a mask, of course, but I could tell like he's really happy to see me. He's just like locked in there by himself. He has like people who bring him groceries and stuff like that. So he really doesn't have a lot of like visitors. Kind of just his neighbors.
Well, I'll tell you what. I bet seeing you probably really brightened up his day.
Yeah, and it was just really nice, like, talking to him again. And then, the Christmas, we also had, like, a lot of good, like, food. Usually on Christmas Eve, we'll have, like, that's when, like, me and my family do our, like, opening the presents, and then Christmas Day, we kind of just will have the Christmas dinner and hang out a little bit. But, we'll open all the presents on Christmas Eve, and we'll have, like, kind of party-type food. Usually like chips and dips, like shrimp, like just like a fruit tray, a veggie tray, like that kind of stuff. And it's just a lot of like good like picking little things, and there's usually like a punch and wine as well. All that food was good. Same with the Christmas dinner. We had a ham and like potato filling, that kind of stuff. Super, super good.
Oh, sounds good.
I've just been like neck deep in so many sweets this holiday season. I'm sure it's not great for my waistline. Cookies, cakes, pies. My birthday was also over the week, so I got myself a proper birthday cake. And I'm like, great. This is what I need. Not to mention, people always gift candy on the holidays.
I can't say I had a lot of candy this holiday. It was mainly the cookies and the cakes. That was kind of what everyone was shoving down my throat.
Yeah, including me. If you get whenever you get your package, what do you think you got?
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for that meatball pizza delivery.
Soon, yes. It's new technology that keeps the meatball pizza fresh until you open the package. It's fantastic. It's very expensive.
I can't wait for it. I really appreciate it, Corey. I really don't think I deserve this. I'm not worthy.
It'll be very, very good. I got it at the highest quality Italian restaurant I know, Olive Garden.
My gosh, you really went all out then. And here, I thought you were going somewhere crazy like Sbarro.
But yeah, holidays were good. And like I mentioned, over the week was my birthday, and it was an interesting birthday this year due to the COVID-19. There's pretty much nothing we could really do that much. Not to mention it was cold on my actual day of my birth, so couldn't really do anything outside that much. But me and my girlfriend decided to do like our typical thing that we like to do every couple of months, which is just take a nice trip to Hershey, PA. And we went there, went Chocolate World. We got some nice new candy. We just walked around the place. It's kind of sad because they actually have the ride is closed right now. In this chocolate store, they have like a little ride that explains like the history of the Hershey company. But right now that was closed due to COVID-19.
I have to admit, Corey, I'm sorry to interrupt. I think you're probably the person that I've met or that I know who has gone to Hershey Park more than any times than anybody else I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah. We honestly go there. Well, regularly, we would go there probably once a month. But just due to COVID, yeah, we go like maybe every few months or so. I don't know. It's just fun to go there. We don't even spend a lot of money. We just go there, and for some reason, that's the activity. But we enjoy it.
Well, that's good.
And then we always
go on. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we also then like to always go into the hotels. They have a nice like Hershey Lodge and Hershey Hotel, and they're like themed really well. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a little thing to do around here. I don't know. We do.
No, it's not weird. Oh no, it's not weird. It's just of all parks. I'm just really. I find that like very cool that you do take. Like you and both you and Megan really enjoy going to Hershey. Often. I think that's kind of cool. If you're gonna, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. All I was gonna say was, but if you're gonna keep complaining about your waistline being a problem, it's probably because of all these trips to Hershey.
First of all, I want to say, just to clarify, we're not actually going in the amusement park. We're literally just going up to the little entrance area where there's like a candy store, other Hershey merch, and like a bakery and food court. And second of all, when we go up there, we get candy, but we won't get like a lot of candy. And we usually end up not eating it. We'll end up like giving it to other people. We like to just go up there, and sometimes when there's a new product, I'll be like, oh, this is interesting. I want to try this. And then I'll eat like a few pieces of it and give it away. And then occasionally, sometimes we'll get, stuff up there. There's good ice cream spots and bakeries and whatnot, but we don't, I feel like we try to be good about that kind of stuff when we're up there because we know, how accessible it is. It is the sweetest place on earth after all.
I don't know, Corey. I just feel like temptation would just get the better of you. Like I'm feeling even like if just because you're in Hershey, yeah, and not even and kind of like you said, like not even in Hershey Park, but just being in Hershey, I feel like everywhere you go, things are just made of chocolate, kind of like Willy Wonka's like chocolate factory. Like the flowers are just made of candy, and like the railings on the staircase are made of candy, and you just eat everything.
When you're there, there is the odor of chocolate in the air a lot, and you're like, oh man, just want a chocolate bar now.
That's probably the best marketing scheme they've made. It's like everywhere you go, you just smell the chocolate and think, I just want to buy chocolate.
Right. Those
and then there's conveniently, there's conveniently all these like tourist shops and candy stores everywhere. So,
but yes, so we went there and it was fun. We got a little breakfast, not at Chocolate World, but somewhere in Hershey, and that was really good. And then we ended up going back there later to get dinner from one of the restaurants because they have really good restaurants in Hershey too. And I got this like really good like southern fried chicken with like mac and cheese and creamed spinach and coleslaw. It was so good. That was a gluttonous meal. Like that I could say, yeah, that definitely probably affected the waistline for a few years down the line. But it was really good, It's my birthday meal. I had to make it a good one.
Yeah, you deserve it. I would say just get like all that southern chicken, all the chocolate, all of the meatball pizzas, and just put it into one giant bowl.
Okay. Sounds all right. Maybe put a little Hershey chocolate syrup on the top. Ooh. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, some whipped cream, some Hershey Kisses, some more whipped cream, and then some Hershey bars, and then Crunches Nestle. I ruined it.
My mom also got me a cannoli cake for my birthday.
Ooh, that's nice.
This was a cake that was frosted. It had like the chocolate ganache like drip over the frosting, and it had like 3 mini cannolis on the top of it. It wasn't a full size cake; it was like a mini cake. But yeah, and then the layers were like a vanilla cannoli cake base with like the cream or mascarpone cheese layered in between each of the layers, as well as like just chocolate chips in there. It was super good.
Lord.
It was super good.
That sounds super good.
And I got some good gifts as well. You know, got some video games, got some nice new clothing, got some more like appliances for around the house. Like we got a food processor, excuse me. We got a wine bottle opener, an automatic one, which seems pretty neat. Yeah. What else did we get? I'm trying to think. We got a lot of cool toys like that. Oh, we got. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I thought of another cool toy that we got, but here, please go ahead.
I was gonna say we got some like nice like nerdy pieces of furniture. We got this cool like doormat that's just an NES NES controller.
Oh, neat.
And then we also got this. Well, I mean, this is kind of for me, but I can throw it up on the wall, so I guess it's that decoration of this. It's kind of like an old school box art for, I think, Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. I guess at some point Nintendo like bundled these games together.
Yes, I saw that on Instagram. You showed me, or Instagram, or you texted me. I forget.
I think I sent you. I might have texted you. I don't remember. But yeah, I thought it was neat. I like the colors on here. It's like orange and yellow. It's a very like old school theme, and I think it's fun.
Oh yes.
What was the other thing you forgot to mention you got?
We actually got a new coffee maker. It is a Ninja like big coffee brewer, and it's actually incredible because it like I'm sure as you may know, I've learned to love coffee over the years, and man, this thing is just one heck of a coffee machine because it not only does it do like hot coffee and it can do cold brew, but it also has a milk frother on the side for like you basically you microwave the milk in like a cup or a mug or whatever. Then this frother, which I'm not sure what that is, but it's basically just kind of like a blender, and it turns the milk into like that foam, that like the milky foam, whatever that you see at like at coffee shops when they top off a latte. So. Needless to say, Amanda and I have been making a lot of lattes and some cold brews and other just all kinds of coffee concoctions since Christmas Day, and we love this thing so much. It's so much better than the coffee machine that we had before. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, we got our money's worth out of the old one, but like this thing is just so much better. It's really nice.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, that thing sounds really cool. Also, I'm very aware of what a milk frother is. For me, a big holiday gift item this year is the hot chocolate bomb. These things are like blowing up, no pun intended. But me and Megan managed to get like probably at least a dozen of these things.
Oh.
And I guess you must be right, Mike, and people notice how much we go to Hershey. Not that we actually eat a lot of candy and sweets, but everyone's just like, oh, Megan and Corey will love these things. They like sweets. And I actually never had one until this weekend. But after I made it, my girlfriend suggested that I should froth it with the milk frother to add like that nice like foamy creaminess to it. And it was quite nice. It was very good in the hot chocolate.
Man, oh man. Now I want a chocolate. Or a hot chocolate or a coffee or something. I don't know.
Hot chocolate bombs are very gimmicky, because the whole point is they blow up and then they usually have like marshmallows and something else in the middle. But they're pretty dang good because they use real chocolate in your hot chocolate instead of just a powder. So it adds more of a like rich flavor. I dig them. Not that I need more. I have plenty. I have enough chocolate bombs to last until next Christmas. Thank you, guys.
You need all of the chocolate bombs.
No. Maybe like 2. I had a cookies and cream one, which was really good.
Well, that sounds really good right there.
Yeah. I think the other one was just like a like nice like dark chocolate. But we have like there's like a salted caramel one. There's I think there's just like a regular white chocolate one. There's one that's like pink and has like a unicorn on it. And I think my sister said that the marshmallows inside are like rainbow, so it's like an aesthetic thing, you know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm going through those slowly. I literally don't drink hot chocolate like every day. Like, I don't know. I'll have it maybe every other week or maybe once a month. I don't know. I don't drink a lot of hot chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like me neither. I definitely drink coffee more often than hot chocolate.
Me too. Yes. Ooh, what if I made coffee and then poured the hot chocolate? I don't know. I don't know. I might need to test that. Huh.
I think you have a duty right now, Corey, to test this out.
I did. Okay. So that does remind me, something you can get in Hershey's Chocolate World is something called Nibby coffee, and this is coffee that's made out of cacao nibs, which are like the excess of the cocoa bean that they use to make cocoa powder, which turns into chocolate.
Interesting.
And you know, it tastes like normal coffee, but it has like such a strong like chocolate flavor, but there's no chocolate or sweetener in it. It's just coffee made out of these cocoa nibs. It's pretty tasty.
Intriguing.
Yeah. It's a specialty item. I haven't really ever seen cocoa nib coffee, but it is very good.
I'm probably gonna look that up right now. Cocoa nib.
Yeah. You can even just get cocoa nibs and like put them on stuff. They're kind of just like crunchy cocoa flavored things, like not like chocolate, but not the sweet part of chocolate, the chocolatey part of chocolate.
I see what you're saying. It's like the actual now that I'm looking at it, yeah, it actually looks like the cocoa beans, just
right.
like before they're turned into actual chocolate or what.
Yep.
It's funny that you mentioned. It's funny that you mentioned this because just recently for some reason I actually looked up the process of how they make chocolate. It's actually really simple too.
Yeah.
Very intriguing.
I love looking that stuff up, like how it's made.
Although
I don't think I've ever watched that show. I should probably watch that show.
What, Mythbusters?
Oh, that was a great show. Seen plenty of those.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, my week, I've just been relaxing and enjoying as many of these days I can take off. I had the sad realization yesterday that, oh no, this is my last Monday off. Next Monday I'll be working again. And I just said, cries.
Enjoy it while you can, Corey.
Yes. But at least when the new year starts, I get all my PTO back. So life has its benefits. I'll quickly mention this before I swing it over to you. But also over the break, me and my girlfriend stopped at this place that my girlfriend volunteers at every other weekend, and it's like a cat sanctuary. Like they take in foster cats, or they take in foster cats, you know, like strays and stuff like that, and have people come in and, you know, adopt them and whatnot. So it's just a big old, like, I kept calling it a cat jail, but it's not necessarily jail because they're taking care of them. Obviously, they're not in bars and in chains and stuff like that. They're in these like super cozy, well-lit little rooms. Then they have plenty of space, plenty of food and water, plenty of you know, litter boxes or beds or whatever, you know. And it was great. Like my girlfriend had to, like, I think just check on them. Oh no, she brought them some toys for Christmas. So we just went in there, dropped off some cat toys, and, you know, we got to play with a few of them and pet them, and it was like really nice. Especially they have one room that's just all the kittens.
No.
And that room, yeah, that's some good serotonin right in there. So that was nice. Although I was very concerned, like, because this is like gated up. There's like a code my girlfriend had to put in to get behind this door and like unlock two other doors. And I'm like, am I allowed to be in here? Like, I don't want to mess anything up. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm actually hearing some cat toys right now. Is that Stu?
Yeah, I think it's his bell. He's on the bed. He's shaking.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear the little bell jingling.
Other than that, you know, that was pretty much my week. You got anything else to add besides the Christmas festivities, Mike?
No, not really. Just, you know, besides Christmas, it's just been the usual. Just, you know, working a lot. I did actually get. Well, I will mention that I did finally take a day off yesterday. and I just spent the entire day installing all my new toys, like my doorbell and everything. But it was good. I might even take off Thursday because I don't have off Thursday, but I have off Friday. So I don't know, give myself another little 4-day weekend.
There you go. Why not?
But yeah, anything else that I'll talk about, we're probably going to talk about later in the podcast. So we can always talk about it then.
All right, sounds good to me. For now, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Level With Me podcast, episode 77. I am one of your hosts, Corey, a.k.a. Game Bro Corey. What's up, gang? How y'all doing? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It all happened already. Now, start writing your lists for next year. Maybe you'll get whatever you wanted. I know you all got coal because you're nasty. No, just kidding. You probably got what you wanted.
No, I got coal.
I needed to light my house. It's what I wanted.
Yeah, if anything, I was very cold, so I was like, oh, thank you, Santa. I actually really wanted this.
And that voice...
It was on my list. I wanted it.
And that voice, ladies and gentlemen, is my co-host, Mike, a.k.a. The Collector's Vault. How you doing, Mike?
Doing good, Corey. And yes, hello, everybody. My name is Mike. I am the third host. The second host, George, he's gone now. He had to go back to Samoa.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. No one likes him.
You really don't want to know why he had to go back to Samoa. It was bad. It was real bad.
Let's just say he was on the naughty list this year.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. But yeah, so everybody, welcome back to the Level With Me podcast. I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy that we're at our kind of like midway, like Christmas or holiday New Year episode.
Last episode of the old decade.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Whatever.
The last episode of the best year ever.
We're finally defeating the final boss, which is 2020. We're going to do it, gamers.
I just can't wait for 2020 2.0 to have had.
2020 New Game Plus.
Yeah. I think I saw a really funny meme where the guy's like doing like a countdown for when December 31st turns into January 1st and it turns to December 32nd of 2020.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think my girlfriend showed me the exact same thing.
Yeah, it was funny. His face just changes like, oh no.
Yep. Oh, man. But yeah, I was like thinking about them. Like, should we do like what is there to do? Like, should we talk about what our favorite game was from this year or something we enjoyed? Like, I don't know. I was thinking about that kind of stuff.
I think we can do that because kind of like what you're saying earlier, that there wasn't really that much going on this week. So maybe we could, add a little spice to this podcast by talking about like the year in review, I guess, like our favorite game of the year or least favorite game of the year. Something along those lines.
True. That's a good point. But yeah, I mentioned before, there is not a lot of news this week due to the holidays, I should say. But there are 3 things here that we can briefly talk about.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
More Cyberpunk talk.
That's right. Cyberpunk every week is getting a new story, and they have not been very good this year.
Oh, they were on the naughty list twice.
CD Projekt or Cyberpunk 2077, CJ Projekt to undertake vigorous action to defend itself against lawsuit. Cyberpunk 2077 publisher CD Projekt SA has confirmed that it has received notice of the lawsuit filed against the company and will undertake vigorous action to defend itself against any such claims. The management board of CD Projekt SA made their regulatory announcement in response to the New York-based Rosen law firm filing that aforementioned class action lawsuit on behalf of purchasers in the US of A of the securities, of CD Projekt SA between January 16th, 2020 and December 17th, 2020. It acknowledges that the lawsuit is meant for the court to decide whether the actions undertaken by the company and members of its management board in connection with the release of Cyberpunk 2077 constituted a violation of federal laws, i.a. by misleading investors and consequently causing them to incur damages. CD Projekt also notes that the complaint does not specify the quantity of damages sought, and that it will also previously mention undertake mentioned undertake vigorous action to defend itself against any such claims. I I didn't expect this was actually going to go to like a lawsuit like this.
Yeah, I agree. I was a little, I'm to be honest, I'm a little shocked that they're actually taking legal action for this. I mean, I don't know.
As someone who's experienced the base PS4 version of this game, I mean, I can totally see why someone would want to sue over it. I just didn't expect they would. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm kind of curious to see what the outcome of this is, like how they're actually going to defend themselves. Because yeah, they really like never talked about it or showed like the quality of the game, or they could have even made a line like, "Oh, this is best played on like PC or on the new I don't know. Like it was kind of them being a little scummy. I think they should have been a little bit more transparent.
I definitely agree with that, but I mean, do you think that constitutes a lawsuit though?
Maybe it's just due to how many people are like returning the game or wanting refunds that maybe they can justify this. I don't know.
Maybe. It's funny that they mentioned that misleading investors, I guess like the stockholders or whatever, are probably just like, what the hell? Like, that's probably like the only thing I can really think of.
It's funny that the stockholders would even be hearing about the outrage considering how well the game actually sold.
Yeah.
You think they'd just be like, shh, we're making money, it's okay.
Yeah, I can kind of imagine them just thinking like the stockholders look at the numbers and they're like, wait, what? Like, what's wrong? We're making money out of this. Then again, I guess maybe the refund that was going on with were they doing refunds on the Sony store? I know they pulled it from the Sony store, but were they doing refunds as well?
I think they are, yeah, because I think CD Projekt Red actually, contacted them to do that.
Yeah, I can kind of see that maybe causing them to think like, oh look, all the money we made is going away. No.
True, that's a good sign of an alarm.
Yeah. But either way, that's still kind of crazy.
It is, and we'll get back to you folks when more is learned from this case. Granted, it's probably just in the beginning steps and it's not going to transpire for a while, but whenever it does, we'll talk more about it. Anyways,
maybe CD Projekt Red will get some better luck next year in the year of 2021. Maybe, just maybe.
Maybe we'll all get better luck in the year 2021.
Oh, I hope so.
Hey, here at Level With Me Podcast, we always love to send or save all the Nintendo news right until the very end. And because this week is very light, we just got all the Nintendo news right now, which is 2 things, but better than nothing. First of all here, Super Nintendo World's area map, merchandise, and cafe items revealed. I think they kind of opened up Super Nintendo World early in Japan or something, because people have started to go there and be getting a lot of pictures and more information has pretty much come out, and now we learn new stuff. So, Universal Studios Japan has released an area map for its forthcoming Super Nintendo World area themed around the characters from the Mario games and their universe of spin-offs. Starting today, the park has been inviting select Club Universal members and annual pass holders to experience their new area firsthand ahead of its February 4th, 2021 opening. Super Nintendo World is the most complex area at USJ to date. We had already seen glimpses of Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge, and Yoshi's Adventure rides. Now USJ has shared some details of the menu at the Kinopio Cafe, and again, Kinopio means toad, which includes a bacon cheese Mario burger, piranha plant caprese, and question block tiramisu. Merchandise to be sold at the 1UP factory shop includes Mario-themed hoodies, mustache-in glasses and gloves, as well as the cute Taco Mario toy, or Toko Mario toy, shown off by Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto during the video tour of the park, released last weekend. Check out the images. Okay, well, there's some oranges linked below. Yeah, I mean, this stuff continues to look great. Not to mention the fun. I don't know if you've seen any of the other costume characters online, but I've been seeing some people posting them up on social media. and the Toad is like really chonky. Like it's like a thick like Toad outfit. It's kind of interesting. And then
That's
like
pretty fun.
there's a Princess Peach outfit, and she kind of looks like almost like hyper realistic. Like they didn't make her as like chunky as the Mario characters, but it's like, oh, okay, this looks like Peach. It's still like a character head. It's not like just a person with a wig. But yeah, I didn't actually see. Oh,
sorry, I got. No, I'm sorry. While you're talking, I'm going to take a look at this Princess Peach one. I'm actually really curious.
Yeah, it's out there on the internet now. I didn't actually look at any other details. I'm sure there's people just like posting up videos, walking around the park at this point, and as well as going on the Mario Kart ride, which I'm probably gonna look up later tonight. But yeah, this thing just keeps looking to be great. Really cool with the different like the details on the menu and stuff like that. I wonder if these Universal or Club Universal, that's what they're called, members are able to eat at the restaurants. I would assume so. But yeah, that's really cool. Did you find a picture of the Princess Peach?
No, not yet. But I did find some really cool Bowser hat. There's a Bowser hat. There's Mario's sunglasses that give you a mustache. Mario's gloves. Oh my god! I need them all. I need all of these accessories and more.
And people were even saying that there are some like tiny hints at other Nintendo properties in the park. Like there's a little block that has like Pigman on it, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Well, I can definitely see Miyamoto doing that.
Here, I just sent you a link to see the picture of it.
To be honest, this for the listeners out there, this actually does not look that bad for the Princess Peach.
Her hair looks really good.
I'm actually shocked they didn't just have a woman walk around as Princess Peach. Like they could just hire someone to wear a blonde wig, like kind of like the most of the other Disney princess attractions.
I could see that, yeah.
I mean, again, like for like an actual like cartoon costume, I don't think this looks too bad. But maybe it's not saying much. But
now I gotta send you the Toad. You just gotta see him.
Oh, I can't wait to see this chunker.
Oh God, come on! No one has it online. I found the Peach one instantly. Come on now.
I'm sure someone has it.
Oh yeah. Here we go. I found it. Sorry, I'm trying to not have dead air while I'm looking for this Toad costume. He's like a thick boy. Like he's like chunky.
Yeah. He has like no neck. But I think it's kind of cute looking. So.
Like pretty much the head of the person in there is like all in Toad's hat or head, whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if they hire like a little a person of very short stature to be in these costumes, or if it's like a gigantic Toad. It's kind of hard to tell from this picture.
Well, if it's a gigantic Toad, that'd just be great.
That'd be amazing.
Why is he so big?
I'm like, get away from me.
He's the freak Toad that EGAD was working on that one time.
Oh yes, we all know that Toad.
He experimented on it one too many times.
Luigi couldn't save him.
And of course, our last bit of Nintendo news right here. Very big deal. Nintendo and Reggie Fils-Aimé had to politely decline an offer to work with Kanye West on a game. Former president of Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aimé, has revealed that he had to politely decline an offer to work with Kanye West on a video game concept due to the amount of other projects that were currently in development at the company. As reported by Nintendo Everything, Reggie shared the story of his Talking Games with Reggie and Harold podcast, which is raising money for the New York Video Games Critics Circle nonprofit's mentoring work, and he stated that the meeting happened at an E3 many years ago. Kanye visited the Nintendo booth during that E3 and was even able to spend a bit of time with Shigeru Miyamoto. He then requested a meeting with Reggie, and the two ended up meeting at a one-on-one of Kanye's offices in Calabasas, California. Man, this is wild. He actually explains what the meeting was about too. Part of it was talking about what he was up to, Reggie explained. He was experimenting with a piece of video game content. He wanted reactions to it. He comes out and says, I want to work with Nintendo. We had so many different projects at Nintendo going on. The possibility of doing something with Kanye just wasn't there, and so I had to find a way to politely decline the opportunity to work with him. I told him, Kanye, you don't want to work with us because we're tough. We're hard. All we do is push for the very best content. We would not be the type of partner you would want to work with. And he looks at me and says, Reggie, you're exactly the type of partner I want to work with or want because of that reason. It's like, oh my gosh. Reggie said that not only was the meeting interesting, Kim Kardashian West was also there. While the project never saw the light of day, Reggie and Nintendo both felt that Kanye has such a passion for the video game space and he's a creator. Oh, they have to end it nice and politely. Well, they just said some like crazy stuff that they just didn't want to.
Like he actually said, Reggie, you're whack, and I think you're a beep.
Reggie,
then...
I want you to put me in Super Smash Brothers. And he's like, what?
I wasn't even thinking about some of that. That's amazing. Like, or at the very least, he's like, all right, Kanye, we'll negotiate with you. How about we make you a Mii fighter costume? And he's just like, and he just freaks out and says, no, I have to be in the game. That's
man.
amazing.
Also, just the idea of like Shigeru Miyamoto and Kanye West having a conversation. Like, what are they talking about?
I can see him just like talking to like because I know Miyamoto's English is not like perfect, so I can kind of just imagine like Kanye with like no translator, just talking like straight English to the guy.
Yeah,
and Miyamoto's just like
grinning politely,
yeah,
like
just nodding, like okay,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Very very odd story, but it's
I think it's amazing. Actually, the Smash Brothers thing makes it all so funny. I actually want to go and see if I can make a meme of that right now. Just put like Kanye as like a Mii fighter or something.
Oh man. Hey, but that's all the news I got for this week.
Oh, what a short week.
So do you want to do like some like game of the year kind of stuff, considering it's our last podcast of 2020?
Sure. Do you want to go first?
Well, I feel like maybe I should just write down a couple games that I really enjoyed that came out specifically this year. Right off the bat, I want to just say Animal Crossing New Horizons. I mean, that's probably my game of the year. I freaking love that game.
Fair enough.
It was so well made and just brought so many people to Animal Crossing. You know, it's funny. It does kind of feel like more of the same, like looking at the different iterations, but I think it's just because of the Switch is just such a huge thing that it brought so many new like players to it, and it kind of grew into this beautiful thing. And I just really enjoyed like playing that game day to day. You know, me and my girlfriend shared an island, and we would like grow it and evolve it and get new villagers. It was a lot of fun. I really loved it.
That's awesome, man.
What about you?
See, like, I feel bad because I actually didn't play a lot of games. I mean, I know, like, people have games like The Last of Us, Cyberpunk, even Animal Crossing has, like, all these, like, Game of the Year worthy games. I unfortunately just never played them. And I really haven't played a lot of new games this year, which kind of stinks, So my game of the year is probably going to be something like really lame. I mean, right now I'm still playing Doom Eternal, and I think that's really fun. Game of the year, I'm sure it's on someone's list. Actually, wasn't Doom Eternal on Game of the Year for the Game Awards?
It was a nominee. Yep.
It was a nominee. Yeah, I mean, I think the game. I guess of all the ones that were nominees, that's probably the one I played. So I can probably give it to that game because it is very good. I haven't got a chance to play Hyrule Warriors yet, but I'm sure I would love that game, and maybe that would be my game of the year if I were to play it. But it's kind of hard for me. Even like the other game, Immortals Phoenix Rising, which I really want to play. Like that could be so good. I just haven't played it yet. These are all contenders. So I guess all I can really do is just give a bunch of like, what's that called? The honorable mentions, I guess is what I can say.
You're giving them kudos.
Yeah, I'll give him a little clap, like a little like attaboy. But yeah, I mean, like we talked about it many times. There are so many games that came out this year. Again, I haven't played them all, but maybe just from my personal opinions, I would probably say that I would probably give it to a game like Hyrule Warriors, just because I'm so looking forward to just like a new Zelda game. That might be like what I mean. And that might be a cop out, but I mean,
No, it's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. That's the point of Game of the Year, you know?
Yes, I'm entitled to my wrong opinion.
I kind of feel the same way, like, though, with what you're saying. Like, I just wish I had, like, more time, because I honestly own a lot of the games that came out this year that were nominated. You know, like the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah.
Last of Us Part 2. Ghost of Tsushima I recently got for Christmas. And, like, I really want to try all these games out, but, yeah, the one that I spent the most time with personally was Animal Crossing. I love that game. I mean, Game of the Year, it doesn't have to be just the ones that were obviously nominated at the Game Awards, but it could just be any game you want. But, yeah, I really loved Animal Crossing this year. I'm trying to think of what could be my, like, second shout-out game. I really enjoyed Fall Guys when that came out, and I know they're still making more content for that game, and I appreciate that game from a distance, even though I haven't really played it in a while. I think that's a really fun game, and I mean, I did play a decent amount of The Last of Us Part 2, and, you know, it did seem like a very good, like, story, like, on par with the original Last of Us. I also just really enjoyed the gameplay of that game, as well as some of the small, like, bits where they almost made it a little bit more of an open world game. So I guess it'd probably have to be like those three for me.
I guess another shout out I'll give is to Among Us, just because I'm really enjoying all the memes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And for just being like, a cult, like a cult game. Like it was so popular when it came out, and it still is popular. But like when it came out, it was like all the rage. Like every streamer and YouTuber and Twitch person was like playing that game.
Yeah. And it was like a small game, so it was cool to see it like get as big as it is. And, you know, it even had like people like AOC was playing it. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I had another one. Oh, I was going to say that game Hades. I still really want to check that out. I feel like I could really love that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love Supergiant's art style. It's a roguelike, top-down, kind of like Diablo. I heard the story and characters are actually really well written. I would love to definitely check that out at some point too.
It's fun. I also thought of just like a Nintendo game that I was considering of picking up was Paper Mario: The Origami King.
Oh yeah, I still need to get that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've heard so many mixed reviews. Like I've heard some people say that the battle gimmicks are like the worst part of the game, and that like ruins the game. You know, when like the thing that you're doing all the time is a bad gimmick.
That's pretty much what I think is the most mixed about the game. Like, yeah, you either love or hate the combat system. I heard the writing in it is very good though. Like the jokes and the story are actually pretty decent.
Yes, I agree. Like I've heard nothing but good things about like the way the as you said, the writing. I think all of the Paper Mario games, from what I understand, have like amazing writing and like funny jokes and like. But I think it's because I mean, like it's funny. I've looked at like, a couple of videos like discussing like the controversy of all the Paper Mario games, or like more so the more recent Paper Mario games, and it seems like because ever since I want to say it was the DS version. I don't remember which one that was, but that's like kind of when the games went downhill. That they keep incorporating all these like gimmicky battle systems, and I think they actually took away like the actual RPG experience system. So like there is no leveling up. It kind of like makes battles pointless. So like, and it's all these little things that people say ruins like modern Paper Mario. Yeah. So hearing that makes me feel like I probably wouldn't really enjoy it too. Even from watching gameplay of the battle system, I'm like, it just doesn't look like it looks like, oh, this is kind of fun, but it's not fun when you do it every single time you have a battle with like an enemy, you know, in like an RPG style game, because you know you're going to be battling people all the time, and if like the battle system is really tedious and annoying, I can see it like really wearing thin.
Right? Yeah, I 100% agree.
Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Gameplay is king, and if it's not something that is enjoyable, that can really hinder your experience big time.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think
How
of
about?
any other. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like I can't really think of anything else. I don't know if you have any other games or honorable mentions.
Well, I was gonna just say that I feel like, oddly enough, this year, I don't know if it was just because of the pandemic and being more inside, but I think I've went back to more games than I thought I would this year. Um, in terms of like multiplayer stuff and even a lot of the titles that came out this year. I feel like there were a lot of just like remakes or remasters. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty tough year. I think the pandemic definitely affected the releases for a lot of games.
and definitely like a lot of me just like checking back in on like these service games where they're like, oh, they're adding like new content, or hey, there's like a new Smash character that came out. Okay, like jump back into there and play that for a few weeks or whatever. It's been interesting. Trying to think if there's really anything else. Not that I can think of. Maybe like a game. Well, didn't we kind of do that like a few weeks ago? Like Owens asked us like, what's a game we're looking forward to potentially next year?
Yes.
I mean, for me, it'd still be, like Breath of the Wild 2, Elden Ring. I'm pretty excited for that. Of course, just new games coming out on the PS5. There's a ton of them out there. And actually,
Yeah.
whenever I get a PS5, not that I really need it right now, but
I'm still just waiting for any Metroid news. I will
yes.
die on that. I will die on that hill, just waiting for some Metroid news.
I mean, it'd be. Let's just plant the seed in everyone's mind. It'd be sick as fuck if there's a new Nintendo Direct, like in January, like a proper Nintendo Direct.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be a pleasant surprise.
Because I feel like they haven't done one in a while. It's been a lot of their like partner directs or the indie directs. They haven't done just the proper Nintendo. Like, hey, here's what we're working on.
That's very true. Yeah, it's been. Which again, I'm fine with these little directs, but it's only good when they are complemented by a big major direct, or at least like a more like a mainstream direct, which just focuses on like like Nintendo in-house games, not like all these like third-party stuff. I don't think we had one like all year.
No, not really.
Makes me sad.
And they're working on a ton of stuff. Like, what are they doing with this? Like all that Pokemon, those Pokemon games that got announced. Like, where's the new Pokemon Snap?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where's the development of that Pokemon League of Legends game? Is there a remake of Diamond and Pearl? Like, there's been rumored for.
I think that'll be next year because I think they don't. I'm not sure if they have anything big for next year, Pokemon wise. I think that'd be a prime time to release the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
People are even speculating a like Let's Go for Johto, like with I don't know Meryl or Pichu or something like that.
Now, that'd be cool. Oh man.
And then
And the funny thing is, they could make that game and it would do just fine.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and of course there's that new. It's just like the remake of the Wii U Super Mario 3D World that's coming out in January.
With the Bowser stuff, the additional Bowser mode or Bowser level, yeah.
Oh, and isn't next year that's like the anniversary or the 35th anniversary for Zelda and Metroid, right?
It is. And that makes me theorize that it could be the next year. It could be when they release something like Breath of the Wild 2, if they can release it for that anniversary. And again, I don't see Metroid Prime 4 being ready by next year. I'd be very happy, but I'm thinking like next year because they screwed up Metroid's 30th anniversary. Wait a minute. Yeah, the 30th anniversary. They screwed that up for Metroid. Zelda. Actually, I guess for Zelda, they didn't really do much. Again, it was the same year. So what did they do for that? They just did a Twilight Princess Wii U version, I think, back in 2016. Wait, were there any 2016 Zelda games?
Uh,
I gotta look this up
I don't
now.
think so.
Zelda 2016. Yeah, the Breath of Oh boy, they announced Breath of the Wild. I'm trying to think like Zelda games in 2016 because Breath of the Wild was like early 2017, but I wouldn't say that goes towards the anniversary or anything. Yeah, it was just the Twilight Princess Wii U version or the HD remaster. Excuse me. So.
Well, wasn't that the year they also released all those like Legend of Zelda amiibo? Like they started doing that line of all the different links from the different games.
Maybe.
And then they also, I think that was the year that the E3 was all Breath of the Wild. Like
That's
they
true.
focused
Maybe
a lot on showing the new game.
Yeah, I think you're right. But anyway, I think they probably could try to one up themselves and give Zelda and Metroid proper 30th anniversaries, like properly celebrate it. I think they could. I mean, I'm pretty sure there has to be a Zelda game for the next year, like in case Breath of the Wild 2 is not ready. There's going to be a Zelda game for next year. It's just maybe they could release that for the anniversary. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Metroid again. Metroid. I just want something. I still don't know why they haven't given us the Prime Trilogy port for the Switch because I mean I really think it's just like it's such an easy thing to do. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. If there is like a new 2D Metroid game in the works, I don't know. But I do agree with you, Corey. Back to what you said. Like I do want Zelda and Metroid that get something good for their 35th, excuse me, anniversary.
I think it'd be cool to see like the HD remakes for both Zelda and Metroid. It'd be cool to see like maybe they could do like the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Masks, like the ones from the 3DS, and just port those onto the Switch.
That'd be cool.
There's that rumor about the
Skyward Sword one, right?
That, that. And I was gonna say about the Metroid, the Samus Returns 3DS remake being ported to the Switch.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
I'd even be down for just the Prime trilogy on the Switch. That'd be really cool.
I mean, I really think that's just like a missed opportunity because I say put that on the Switch. It'll get people because there are so many people who are not Metroid fans who are looking forward to Prime 4 just for the hype, and it's like, well, here, just port the games to the Switch. People, because obviously we've proven that you can do the gyro aiming, and I'm sure you could even maybe incorporate tank controls. I don't know. I just feel like why not do that to get people ready for Prime 4 to satisfy the people who are currently Metroid fans, who are begging for something. I would gladly because I bought the trilogy for the Wii. I would gladly rebuy a Switch version, with like maybe better, and they don't even have to do like a whole remaster or a remake. Just do like a remaster, sharper graphics, 1080p, 60 FPS, whatever. Like I would be super happy with that. I would gladly pick that up. It'd just be, in my opinion, that'd be easy money.
Maybe they don't want to do that because they don't want to make people more excited for Prime 4.
It'd be just one of those other like controversial decisions. Like, oh yeah, we're not gonna make the Mario 3D All Stars available after March because reasons.
But yeah, here's the 2021. There will be new video games. Trust me.
Yes, and hopefully no more natural disasters.
Ugh, yeah, please.
Yeah, I think we all had enough of the fires in Australia, the murder hornets, COVID, all these celebrity deaths. We're done with it.
Black ice.
Ugh. I hit a patch of black ice recently. It was not fun. It was pretty scary.
Yellow snow.
Oh, you mean lemon flavored snow?
No, it tastes awful. This year in 2020, it really hit us all hard. It needs to go.
Agreed.
Brown snow.
Oh, I love chocolate snow.
Don't don't go near it, guys. It's not what you think.
Don't listen to Mike and his craziness.
Brown snow, I say no. Put that on a shirt.
When we see the brown snow, we say, "Let's go." Finding Nemo memes.
Yeah. Let's. How about we talk about what we've been watching and playing over the week? What do you think, Mike?
Sure. Do you mind if I go first? Because I really don't have too much to contribute. Well, that's kind of a lie, but I feel like I can probably get mine done pretty quickly, so that way you can.
By all means, go right ahead.
So what I've watched, besides the usual things that me and Amanda have been watching, like the Below Decks of the World and all that, I did actually want to get into this one new show that I've seen for a while, and it always fascinated me. It's called Turn: Washington Spies, and it's like an American history like TV show, and it's like one of the it's pretty cool. It's like gory and graphic in some cases, maybe not like on the level of like Game of Thrones, but like they do show like battle scenes. They shoot people getting hurt. There is some blood and gore. So it to show that the game is edgy enough, it's pretty neat. But I always loved like American history, especially during like the colonial times, and this takes place, I believe, during the time of the Revolutionary War against Great Britain, and it kind of just shows how the United States, like the rebels, were starting to build up their forces, and how they're trying to covertly plan around the British Empire and like just the redcoats, that just kind of like how they're being sneaky and trying to slowly take him down. And I've only gotten through one episode. Apparently, each episode is like an hour long. So I was kind of shocked to see that. And there's like 4 seasons. I'm not quite sure how many episodes are in a season, but so each episode is pretty long. So it's probably going to take me some time to finish this. But I guess I'll give everyone a bit of a spoiler warning. But like the show centers around a little boy. Well, a little boy. He's like a young man called Abraham. He's probably like 20 or something years old, and he lives. I want to say they're located in Connecticut somewhere, and his father is like a local supporter of the British Army. Like he's also like a colony member or whatever. But he's very faithful to the British government, or like the governor, if you will, who's kind of overseeing everything in this town.
He's a redcoat.
He's a redcoat. but Abraham, who's also like pretty he's just like a good person. He's not happy with the British presence, because the British soldiers and army and the the captains and the generals, they just walk all over everybody in this town. Like if you're like I think the local owner of the bar had a bunch of redcoats in there drinking beer, and they're being like belligerent and loud and breaking things. And then when I think the owner asked them to leave, like one of the British captains was like kind of making a scene, and he cut his own hand on a broken glass on the table, and he made like an accusation, oh, like look what this guy did to me. And so then like he got the bartender like arrested and everything. They're just kind of just being like jerks and abusing their power. And this really makes Abraham like not happy with the way things are, and he kind of meets up with some friends of his who are working with General Washington. Which again, at this point, like we're not winning the Revolutionary War. We're kind of like they're kind of just sort of like they're just like this like rebel uprising, but they're not really like making a dent in the British forces yet. And it was kind of cool because as Abraham kind of gets recruited into these spies, like the rebels, whatever. We actually do see it at the very end of the episode that Abraham's going to do his best to be to be a spy, to be as as diligent and as strong as possible, to not surrender himself or to surrender the rebels to the British forces, because his father's really he doesn't really trust them. He kind of has his eye on him, thinking I know my son's up to no good, and I'm gonna if he is going to plot anything against us or against England, the British forces, I'm not gonna have it. I'm not gonna have him ruin my family's reputation or whatever. And it's cool because the first episode ends with a couple of the rebels actually using what I believe they did use in the Revolutionary War to win, was guerrilla warfare or guerrilla tactics, where like, you know, the British soldiers kind of always like walked in straight lines and, you know, like lined up when they were about to, like, you know, go into battle and shoot with their bayonets or their the muskets, muskets, yeah. And the colonial soldiers, they were just like attack them from the woods and everything, and it's kind of cool showing like, oh, this is how they have to fight to beat the British. But yeah, the first episode ends with them making like kind of like making their big push to start, you know, fighting back, and it's yeah, I would definitely say like there were a lot of moments in this episode 1 that kind of like they didn't bore me, but I felt they were a little bit like there was a lot of just nothing really happening, just kind of like a lot of dialogue, which I was trying to pay attention to, but it wasn't really like exciting me. But then whenever the action picked up, it was pretty cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching the rest of the show. Again, I've only watched episode 1 of the 4 seasons, so I have a long way to go. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
That does seem really interesting.
Yeah,
I like that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, like I've always thought like American history was neat, especially during like the Revolutionary time. Like movies like The Patriot, I've always loved. Even that one Assassin's Creed game, I think it was Assassin's Creed 3, where like you actually play as like a Native American who like assists with like I think it's been a long time since I played that game. I think like you eventually help George Washington's like army like take on the British soldiers and everything.
That's
like,
correct. Yep.
Yeah. So that I like that like truly fascinated me. Like I love all that stuff. But yeah, so that's probably what I've been going to keep on watching.
Cool.
And yeah, and as far as what I've been playing, I haven't really played anything new, but I have continued to play. No, not Super Mario World. We actually finished that up last week, but we did. It was I think I was just playing more of a Doom Eternal, and it's. Again, the game is still really fun. I think I'm just still being kind of critical on like the visuals of the game, but admittedly, the more I play it, the more the environments really don't like seem to bother me. Like I can tell the game looks really great. It's just whenever it gets to like the actual sequence with the sequences when you're fighting like so many enemies, that the enemies are like, I think that's where like the anti-aliasing really kicks in, and like the enemies just look very blurry. But besides that, the game is still really cool. The game's still really fun. I got some like as you go throughout this like the game, you acquire like, you know, new weapons slowly. So now I got the shotgun that you started off with. I got like a machine gun. I have a some kind of like, you know, like photon gun that shoots like energy blast or something.
The blue gun.
The blue gun, yeah, kind of like the Halo gun, the plasma. It might as well be a plasma rifle. Actually, that's probably what it's called, plasma rifle. I have a rocket launcher, and I do have a new weapon. Well, at least it's new to me. It's like, I think it's supposed to be like a sawed-off shotgun, but it has like I was kind of waiting for this. This shotgun has the grapple feature that they were kind of teasing in the trailers. So like when you have this sawed-off shotgun equipped, and you press the L button to kind of like, you know, like focus your reticle or focus the crosshairs. If you're lined up with an enemy, it'll shoot this like kind of like the hook shot from Zelda. It will shoot this little like grapple hook shot and then pull you towards an enemy, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that did look really cool in the trailers.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be it was gonna allow you to like shoot around like the world and stuff. Like you can like you to use it to grapple onto like a cliff or something. I haven't done that yet, so maybe you can do it if there's an enemy on top of a cliff, and then you can like, you know, grapple to the enemy that way. But it's proven to be pretty useful, because the sawed-off shotgun is like really strong. So I guess if you can like, you know, grapple towards an enemy and like dash around them, then shoot and hit them with the sawed-off shotgun, you can probably do a lot of damage. But
yeah, it kind of gets you right into that perfect range of where you want to be with the shotgun.
Yeah, the sweet spot. one other thing I realized is that like each of these weapons have like a, and again, I've only ever really played Doom and Doom Eternal, so I kind of saw against both games. Like as you go out, as you go throughout the game, you kind of like slowly acquire like upgrades, and the upgrades are customizable. Like you can choose, like you kind of get like one upgrade credit, and then you can put it towards like whichever feature or whichever weapon you want. So that way, it's all your choice. You can kind of like say, yes, I do want to focus on upgrading my shotgun, or you can say, no, I want to upgrade and focus on upgrading the plasma rifle. I actually really do like the upgrades in this game. Like, so far, your shotgun can turn in the one upgrade, which I do have both upgrades for my shotgun, where you can kind of turn your shotgun into like a fully automatic shotgun. So it's kind of just it kind of makes it look like a Gatling gun, but it's a shotgun, which is pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, and the other feature is basically you can turn your shotgun into a grenade launcher, which does have a lot of use.
Also useful.
Yeah, because there are some enemies, like I don't know what they're called, but they're basically like the giant floating demons that like kind of look like giant like cyclopses, but anyway, if you shoot them with the grenade launcher, they'll eat the grenade and then it explodes and stuns them, and then you can go over and do a glory kill, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay, that's a hot tip from Mike.
Yeah, that'll be $5, Corey.
Ah, jeez, where do I insert this?
Just swipe the credit card. I'm sorry if you thought my tips were free, but they're not.
Okay, where do I put my pin? Should I just read it out loud?
Yes, please. And don't forget to read the CV code on the back too.
Okay. It's 06.
Yes, man. Go on.
I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I really am. I actually just got to like my first, I guess you'd call it like a boss battle. And I remember in Doom 2016, there were boss battles, but they were kind of like towards the end of the game. But it's I didn't really find it like bad. But in this game, it was kind of cool because the last level I played, you basically you're going through this level and you're hunting down what's called like the priests. I guess they're like the generals of this invasion, this invasion of demons on Earth. And there's one level as you're hunting down the one priest, you slowly see the assembly or like the creation of what's called like the Doom Hunter, and it looks like it's like a mechanical demon that is like its purpose is to hunt down you, the Doom Slayer or a Doom guy. And I was really like anticipating like, wow, I can't wait to fight this. This is clearly going to be like a boss. And then finally in this one chamber where they finally like assemble this Doom Hunter, I'll go, wow, here's like it has like a boss health meter and everything. Oh wow, cool! A boss battle pretty early in the game. I'm pretty happy with this, and it was pretty challenging. And then the funny thing is, in the very next stage, it's kind of like the final stretch before you get to what I was guessing was the end of the level. They throw 3 of these guys at you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how can I fight 3 of these guys? Because they actually are kind of tough. But it's fun because there's strategy involved. There's like certain weapons, it's weak against certain weapons at certain times, and then once you stun them, another weapon's more effective. So they were actually really fun to fight. So I have to give kudos to the team for making these. I guess they're not an actual boss; they're more of like a mini boss now because they'll just throw them at you. But yeah, they're pretty fun. Yeah, they're neat. And then and after you defeat all the enemies, then like the priest is just there, like, oh no, don't kill me. And then you just cut his head off, and I'm like, it kind of would have been cool to fight him, but I guess the whole point was you fight the 3 Doom Hunters, and that's like the boss fight, but whatever. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh, and one more final thing. I might have mentioned this in the last episode when I first talked about this game, but I really do like the inclusion of like these like I think they're called like inventory weapons or something, but like basically we mentioned last week there's the flame belch, which is kind of just like a little like quick shot flamethrower, which if you get some enemies caught in it, they'll slowly drop armor every single time you hit them, so then you can kind of just farm armor as you're fighting people, which is pretty nice. I don't know how much damage it does to enemies, but again, if you're running low on health, you can just flame belch them and then just maybe do like a glory kill or 2, or just start shooting enemies and they'll just start dropping armor to get some health back. and they brought back frag grenades, but this time they are included as this inventory weapon. And I should probably mention, like, whatever they're calling these weapons, the inventory weapons, they don't have an ammo count. They just have a recharge time. So like when you do the flame belch, it'll last like maybe half a second to 1 second, but then it'll probably take
cooldowns.
Yeah, cooldown, exactly. Yep. So I'm pretty sure in Doom 2016, grenades were an actual there was like an ammo count for them. Like you can hold like 2 or 3 frag grenades, and you can you pick them up in the world, or whatever. You use the chainsaw and make all the enemies like empty out all their. I think like when you use a chainsaw in Doom 2016, it makes enemies drop ammo as opposed to health, and that holds true to this game. So. But the frag grenades are now it is a cooldown item in your inventory weapon thing, and then they included another inventory weapon, which I think so far there's only the 3 that I have, and I don't know if there's any more. But it's actually like a ice grenade, so that way you can toggle between your frag grenade and your ice grenade, and they each have their own cooldown times. So you can like throw a frag grenade and then immediately turn to your ice grenade and throw that. And I think you could upgrade it to hurt enemies, but it kind of just freezes enemies that are caught in the blast, and then that way you can either run away or get a quick kill out of them. So it's kind of cool that I do like the variety of like defense mechanisms that you have in this game. So as you're running around shooting people or trying to use your chainsaw, if too many enemies are in the area, it's like, hey, you can just throw a frag grenade at them, freeze them, and run away. Flame belch them to get some quick health. It's I'm really enjoying the variety that the game throws at you. Like all of the different ways to engage enemies.
Yeah, that actually seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I definitely say I'm highly enjoying this game. Like it's definitely. I don't want to say exceeding my expectations, because I really did have like high hopes for the game, and I would say it's meeting my expectations. Like it's still a lot of fun. The only thing that, again, like I'm going in circles here, but the only thing that I wish was better was just the visuals. But besides that, it's a lot of fun.
Cool, man. I'm glad to hear it. I really want to get around to that game at some point, because I love Doom, and I love Doom 2016.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's all I've really been playing. I am looking forward though to the next time we get to do one of our Let's Plays together, because I do want to kind of just let everyone know that the next game I will be Let's Playing is Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. I'm really looking forward to that.
Ooh, a little bit of a tease.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do that this weekend, and I'll try to get the episodes uploaded. I'm actually trying to get the final couple episodes of Super Mario World up for everyone to watch on YouTube. Hopefully I'll get them ready by the end of the week.
Very nice.
Yeah. So how about you, Corey? What have you been watching and playing?
Well, in terms of watching, I have been just continuing to grind through more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. And it's actually starting to get really, really good. I'm like about the halfway point of the series, which kind of means like the arc is making its like second turn. And it's getting quite interested. I'm really digging it. I also watched the new Pixar movie Soul that came out recently. Yeah.
Can I just chime in? I really want to watch it, but I'm worried I'm going to cry.
Well,
call me a baby if you want, but I'm just saying, I just predict that if it's a Pixar movie nowadays, it's going to make me cry.
I could definitely see that. I obviously I'm not going to spoil the movie. It's still very new. Also, again, shout outs to Disney that this is just a free movie. You don't have to rent this one. But it was great, man. I had very low expectations for this movie, and I feel like it really exceeded my expectations. It's a really good, fun movie. Something that I really enjoyed about this movie, too, is just the visual styles they use. It's very, like, abstract art, and it's really cool, because, like, a lot of the movie is about this kind of, like, in between, almost like a purgatory type area where like the souls are and these other beings, which I won't give too much away, but it just has some really cool like art design in there. Not to mention the art design like in the human world is really well done. As
Yeah.
like the lighting is super good, like all the characters, like their facial details and expressions. Like you get Pixar. This is Pixar at its finest. 2020
Oh
Pixar. And even the story that's there, I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like this main character having like his big break, and then he unfortunately ends up getting hurt and potentially like dying. But I don't want to give too much away. It does have some good moments that catch you in your feels where you're almost going to shed a tear. But I really enjoyed this movie.
no.
I spent the next couple days after I watched this movie, just me and my girlfriend, like, just keep talking about how much we thought it was really good and really enjoyed it.
Man, I know I'm gonna really enjoy it when I watch it, and Amanda and I are probably gonna watch it together. But I know we're gonna have some tissues nearby,
Yeah.
because it sounds like what you're saying is kind of confirming my suspicion. Because I think like one of the commercials I saw like has like one of the little like blue like I guess like soul people like talking to the main character and say, oh yeah, this is where all the souls go before they get a body and go to Earth or something like that. So I was kind of thinking to myself like, oh my gosh, this movie's gonna involve like potentially death and like family and like all this stuff, and I know I'm gonna get all mushy and start crying.
Yeah, it totally does involve all those things, and you
no,
probably are gonna get mushy and cry. But
no,
that's all part of the experience. It's awesome. It's great.
It is. It is. I mean, hey, kind of like you said, it's Pixar quality. I kind of like at this point expect these movies to be funny and enjoyable and heartfelt in those moments.
I also just want to briefly point out that over this break, I ended up watching the last episode of The Mandalorian again with my mom and her boyfriend because they haven't watched it yet. And it was still like a great time the second watching.
Oh yeah,
that season ends really strong.
It does.
I don't want to spoil anything about the series, but I just want to say that what happens in that last episode reminds me of a moment in Rogue One. Like they're very similar, like around the end of the movie. But it's like the opposite way instead of like, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I think it's just it's great that they do it because it kind of just gives the fans what they wanted, or maybe you can say it gives the old school fans what they wanted. Yeah,
it modernizes a character, I guess as you can say. But yeah, very very good stuff.
Yeah,
I think I watched the episode 4 times already.
Oh wow.
There's something wrong with me.
No, it's a really good episode. No judgment. So yeah, I've been watching more, or I watched Soul, and that was great. That's pretty much all I've been watching. In terms of what I've been playing this week, I have been more interested again in Black Ops Cold War, the newest Call of Duty game. Just been jumping into there, playing the traditional multiplayer as well as the zombies mode back and forth. I've been having a lot of fun with that, grinding out the battle pass, trying to unlock the new cosmetics and new weapons. I did manage to unlock the first new SMG, the MAC-10. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty decent
nice.
SMG. Yeah, and I'm getting pretty close to the second weapon. Once I hit that second gun, I don't know if I'm going to be as interested, because obviously the guns are the most important thing in the battle pass. The rest is just like the cosmetic-y stuff, which I don't really care too much about. I just like new gameplay elements. But it's going pretty well. I'm enjoying it. I do really want to check out that new Warzone map. From what I understand, I guess it's just a limited time event, so I hope I didn't miss out on it. But I still would like to check it out. But I've just been really enjoying the traditional multiplayer a lot now. I don't know if they tweaked something, but I've been having like much more like balanced games. Who knows? It could even be because of all the new players due to the holiday season. I'm sure a lot of people got this game for Christmas. A lot of people consider this almost like the second launch of the game because of all the new players. But it does make the games more fun. So I've been playing more of that. I've also been playing more Dark Souls. I'm actually very close to beating the game. I have like, I think two or three more bosses. Yeah. And I'm I don't know. I'm kind of debating on if I want to play another one of these games because I've been really enjoying it. I've been either thinking of maybe playing Bloodborne again or Dark Souls 3, but I don't know if I'm going to do that because I don't know if I have the time to actually commit to playing another one of these type of games. And maybe I would rather put that energy into playing new games that I got because, like I mentioned before, I got Ghost of Tsushima for Christmas. I also got Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I got Star Wars Squadrons, like that first-person space combat game. And I got one more game. What was it? Oh, I got Minecraft Dungeons. These are all like also brand new games that came out this year that I want to check out. Besides Fire Emblem Three Houses. That one came out last year, but I heard that game was really good. So yeah. I might play start Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne, but we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just play something else. But I am enjoying that game. It's just still really good comfort food. Probably still my favorite game out of the whole series.
Oh, nice.
I will say though, there is one boss that always is so frustrating for me. I think it's called the Bed of Chaos. It's like one of the last bosses that you fight, and it's an interesting boss because you actually like slide down into the arena, and when you first get there, it's this giant like mess of like tree branches that's kind of like this monster thing, and it starts attacking you, and it's got these big hitbox sweeps that are almost impossible to dodge, and they deal a ton of damage to you. And you actually can't hurt it. The only thing you can really notice about it is it's got these two big like glowing energy orbs on each side of it, and you have to like run around the outskirts and hit them. And once you break one of these seals, this tree monster gains like this big like scythe wing type hand that's flaming, and it gets like these other big like sweeping attacks and projectiles from it, like fire magic. And basically what you need to do against this boss is you need to hit it 3 times, but you have to dodge these big area of effect attacks that can kill you almost instantly. So it's almost more like a puzzle than it is fighting a traditional boss.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
But the reason I get mad at it is because not only do you have to dodge these attacks, but there's also like a ton of the area that like the floor just will give out, and there'll be just pitfalls that if you just fall through, you die instantly. So like that boss is it's the O of Dark Souls, just death after death after death, because there's all these unavoidable like pitfalls essentially.
Oh, nice.
But when you do get to the boss, it's like this little like bug worm thing, and you literally only hit it once and it dies immediately because it's actually like really weak. It just has like really powerful magic that's like protecting it. So it's kind of funny when you get to it finally and you can just hit it once with like any type of attack. You could probably just kick it and it would die. So it's like really satisfying.
It'd be funny if like actually like in the game programming it has like 1 HP. That'd be kind of like a funny little like Easter egg. Oh yeah, this thing only has like 1 HP. Like you can just touch it and it will die. But you gotta get through its magic or whatever.
It doesn't have 1 HP, but it feels like it has 1 HP.
Okay.
And it's funny, there's even another boss like that. There's this big like butterfly that attacks you on this bridge, and it's like shooting all these magical projectiles at you that you have to dodge. And then eventually, after you keep dodging it, it'll like land on the bridge. And the butterfly dies in like 4 hits every time. It's just you have to dodge all the bullshit it's throwing at you, or else you're gonna die. It's stuff like that. That's why I like the Souls games. Like some of the bosses aren't just like, oh, you have to learn their move set and like parry their moves or dodge appropriately. It's like, no, sometimes you just have to like play the boss appropriately. So again, that's why I'm also interested in playing another one of these games, because I just really enjoy them so much.
Nice.
But anyways, yeah, so I'll probably be finishing that up. I also have been playing a lot more Cyberpunk 2077. That has been... This just might become my game I'm going to put all of my effort into once I'm done with Dark Souls, because I've been slowly like trying to get back into playing this game more, because I haven't really been drawn to play it, but I don't necessarily think the game is bad or boring. I just don't know why I haven't been drawn to want to play it more. But every time I've been trying to actually sit down and play it and put time into it, I actually am like, oh yeah, I'm stupid. Why aren't I playing this game more? It's a ton of fun. And all I'm really doing in the game is it's a big open world game. So I'm just going through the city and doing all these like little side missions where you have to like clear out an area of of one of the many gangs. So there'll be like 4 to 6 enemy grunts around, and you just have to like pick them off or clear out the area, and you'll get like a loot in between, as well as, you know, just level yourself up. And I don't know, something about that formula is just a lot of fun to me, as well as just exploring the Night City, as well as all of the area itself, because it goes further outside of Night City. There's like this like Mojave Desert type thing going on with a bunch of little like towns and places to explore out there. It's really cool. Not to mention like the story is getting more interesting. I think I mentioned this last week, but I hit like the title card, so now I'm in like the proper part of the story. I'm like 20 hours into the game, but I'm only like level 16 or 15. Like, that's crazy to me. And there's like a lot of different like story quests to do. You know, they do a good job like showing you all your different quests on the mini map, like your main quest, you have like side quests, and then you have these like little activities you can do. But yeah, it's just been a lot of fun to me, like going around and like hunting down all these little side objectives and like checking them off. Also, there are a lot of like unique side quests where I'll go to clear out an area, and instead of there being like, you know, the 4 to 6 grunts, they'll just be like a mini boss that I have to fight. Like the one was like, there was almost like a pentagram on the ground in this like bathtub full of ice, and this like crazy looking cyber psycho character came out of there, and they had like the mantis blades, which are literally, they look like praying mantis blades that come out of the enemy's arms. They're a thing. It's like a cybernetic enhancement, and they like teleport around and like kind of like warp to you. And I ended up getting like a katana from another mission that's called the Scalpel. It's like this katana with this like neon blue like hilt, and it does electric damage. So I was like fighting this like cyber psycho with her mantis blades with my katana, like parrying her attacks, and do, because this is all in Cyberpunk. This isn't Dark Souls. There is parrying and heavy attacks and light attacks with the melee weapons. It's really cool. I really enjoy the melee combat in Cyberpunk. Go figure.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I've just been really enjoying that game. I'll talk more about it as I play, but it's just like a really good like action RPG game. It just really reminds me of like a Fallout type of game, you know?
No, I can understand that. It's just, man, it's funny. It's one of those games where I feel like I'm sure I would enjoy it too. Despite all the controversy and the bugs and everything, it's just that gameplay is just so fun. Like that open world, just do whatever you want to do. There's guns, there's melee combat. Like I do enjoy those kind of games.
Right. And like I'm so far into it that I definitely see all this criticism about the graphics and stuff like that, but that doesn't hinder me at all. Like I'm just enjoying the game right now, even if it looks like a PS2 games at some point. But yeah. I think it's a very good game. I really am enjoying it right now.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like what I was talking about with Doom. I mean, again, it's not the exact same scenario, but like, yeah, like I'm not gonna let the graphics hold me back. You know, I mean, I can understand there being like graphical glitches and like bugs that can definitely be a little bit more, which would kind of like hurt my experience. But yeah, I try not to let graphics affect the game. As long as the gameplay is fun, that's all that really like. I'm not gonna say that it's all that matters, but it definitely is a bigger piece of the pie that matters.
I did this one side quest today, which some people might find this boring, but like half of the side quest was like me in a car as the person I was with was driving us to where we need to go. And I was there was no like loading screen or anything. I was just sitting in the passenger seat, like looking outside, like watching as she drove past like these little villages in the desert areas. And like something about just looking outside, and I was like having conversations with her in the car. And it kind of reminded me of like a TV show. Like I was like, this is like a good like series I'm watching right now. These like misadventures in Night City and around Cyberpunk 2077 is really cool. And even just like the visuals, Like you spend so much time in Night City, and it's like neon and all these flashy lights and ads all over the place, that when you like go, you're in this outsidey desert part area, and you see like the mountains and the trees and plant life. It's like a whole new world, and I was like mesmerized by it. I'm like, where the heck am I now? It's interesting. But yes, I've been enjoying that. I'm definitely gonna keep playing more of that. It's a lot of fun. And then last but not least, I wanted to say that I finally started playing Minecraft again. Hey.
No, no. Don't say it ain't so, Corey.
So, first of all, I just wanted to let everyone know that I got a sick deal on Minecraft, okay? It was half off on the Switch at Best Buy, so it was like $20. And because I buy so much stuff at Best Buy with their rewards card, they were so nice to give me some free discounts, little like gift card things. So I used like two $5 off discounts on the already discounted Minecraft, so I got it for $10, baby. And I was so happy. I'm like, I got Minecraft on the Switch for $10. That's amazing.
Oh man.
But anywho, when I brought it home, I was telling my girlfriend about it, and she's like, oh, I love playing Minecraft. And she actually asked if she could play with me. And I was like, absolutely. So now me and her like are playing Minecraft together on our big TV. We started our own world, and that's been going really, really well. Other than the fact that we don't enjoy the world that we got stuck in because, you know, Minecraft is all like auto-generated. We kind of got like two really bad biomes. It's like either a thick like forest jungle or like a snowy like pine forest, which we should have went with the pine forest, but it's not great to find like a lot of the different resources you need. Like it's hard to find like stone and cave systems and stuff like that. And then the forest is just like got too much going on. It's not like a lot of like smooth areas to build a proper house. So it was kind of weird starting out, usually as Minecraft is, but you know, we've just been having a lot of fun like going through the basic stuff that is in Minecraft. We're not playing with any mods on. We're just playing the base game. And you know, we were just in the process of building our little house today. For a while, we were just like making this little janky hole in the wall and keeping all our goodies that we find in there. And we managed to make some beds. We were living like mole people. I'm like, I'm sick of this mole life. I want to get out there and make us a nice big house, which I finally was able to start today. And it was going well. I kind of usually always have a system with my houses in Minecraft. I kind of go very like utility. So I'll have like a upstairs floor, which is usually the bedroom, which is also kind of like a lookout tower. Then really there's not too much purpose for like the living room or the base floor. It's kind of just there. Maybe I'll decorate it a little bit. And then I always have like a basement where I put like all the chests where I organize the items, as well as have like the furnaces, the crafting benches, what have you. But I don't know, man. Something about Minecraft is just a very relaxing game. Although it's also becoming very stressful because there's a lot of new things since the last time I played Minecraft with all the new updates. There are like these stingray demon enemies that attack you in the sky or from the sky. And apparently they'll attack you if you don't like sleep within a certain amount of days or something like that. And they're really hard to like fight back because they'll kind of like swoop down, attack you, and then fly back up, and they kind of like hover over you like buzzards or something like that. So that's been tricky. There's also a bunch of new like underwater enemies. Not that you really would want to go underwater now, but sometimes you'll find like aquatic zombies or like other new types of underwater enemies. So that's pretty cool. There's just like a lot going on because I haven't played in a few years that like sometimes I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, what do you do with it? And it's kind of intriguing. Not to mention there's just always the thrill of when you actually find your upgrade materials, and even just finding diamonds in Minecraft is a fun and exciting experience enough. Plus, you know, playing any game with someone else just makes it even more fun. So it's just been a good time playing something with my girlfriend.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so Minecraft, I dig it.
Hey, bro, get my Doritos and my Mountain Dew ready because I love myself some Minecraft.
Why is the gamer?
I don't know.
That's all I've been playing though and watching. Now we're going to move on to the last part of our podcast where we're going to answer some questions from you lovely listeners. If you'd like to send in a question, you can do that by two ways. You can either email us at levelwithmepodcast@gmail.com, or you can go to our Instagram, and every Tuesday we will post up a link where you can type in your question, and then we'll give you a shout out for your Instagram account. I checked the Gmail, and as per usual, there is nothing new. Mike, how about the Instagram? Do we have any questions this week?
Unfortunately, Corey, I guess the holiday season has left everyone intoxicated or in a food coma because we did not get any questions.
Oh no.
I know, I'm a little disappointed.
Well, that's perfectly fine. That's going to happen from weeks to weeks. I hope everyone out there is just enjoying their holidays, but they were too busy to send us a question.
They ruined the last episode of the year. Man, 2020 really does suck.
I'll give you a question, Mike. Where are they? That's my question. Where were you guys that you weren't here to give us a question? Write in and tell us where you were.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And I have a question for those people, too. What gives you the nerve to do that? What gives you the nerve to not be here and to give us questions?
Hey, listener, I'm looking right at all three of you. Where are my gifts? I didn't see you guys give me anything for Christmas.
Bad fans.
I list my P.O. box every podcast. You know where to send it. Come on, guys. You think I'm doing this for free? No. Pay me.
Or at least send us meatball pizza coupons.
It's
just as good as money.
Isn't that fun? Imagine if people were actually like that. That'd be crazy.
I would probably I'll probably laugh so loud, and I would record myself getting that coupon. Then I would use that coupon and be very happy after I eat my pizza.
Yeah. I mean, you guys really want to send us something, by all means, but
I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah. But anyways, that's going to do it for the last podcast ever in 2020. Wow, can you believe it? 2020, we've beaten it. The game,
we survived.
The game is cleared. Now all that awaits us is 2021. Who knows what's there?
The sequel. The final boss. Next final boss.
If you enjoyed this week's episode, please feel free to give us a follow or subscribe wherever you're listening. If you want to find more of my content, I am GameBro Corey. You can follow me on Twitch. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can follow me at Twitter. That is GameBro Corey everywhere. What about you, Mike?
Well, if you guys ever want to, follow me or be my friend, you can always go to Chuck E. Cheese. I'll be sitting there playing the Jurassic Park game with a big soda in my hand and a popcorn in the other. And I'm not quite sure how I'm playing the game with popcorn and soda in my hand, but, that's where I'll be.
Also, does Chuck E. Cheese even have popcorn? What?
I don't know why I said pizza. Excuse me. They're delicious, delicious pizza.
It better be meatball pizza.
I think they have meatball pizza. And if they don't, I'm gonna raise some hell. But in all seriousness, if you guys want to follow me, I am Mike at the Collector's Vault. You can follow me on Instagram and YouTube, or subscribe on YouTube at the Collector's Vault. We'll have all the information linked down below. And please, guys, like, subscribe, and follow the Level With Me podcast page on Instagram and on YouTube. Again, we'll have all the information linked down below. We really want to grow the community, or, just kind of bring everyone together. People who love video games, people who love modern, retro video games, people who just want to laugh, people who love meatball pizza, people who just like making jokes. It's funny that would be mentioned. This maybe it's a bit of like a New Year's resolution. Maybe we can have another guest speaker on the podcast. Not sure if Mr. Abra is available, or maybe we could have someone else join us. I don't know. Maybe just to make more people feel like they're part of the podcast.
Interesting. That might not be a bad idea.
Alrighty.
Is that it?
Food for thought. That's it.
Do we turn off the lights now? What do we do?
Well, right now I'm going to go get that picture you sent me of the chonky toad I'm just gonna stare at it.
Okay.
He's staring into my soul, and it's haunting me.
You don't want to give him a hug and take a picture with him?
No way. I can just hear him, let's say, "Hi, Mike." Ah!
Yeah, what if the people who have to act as Toad, that's what they're supposed to do? They have to go, like speak like Toad.
Yeah. Oh no. Basically, they're just gonna talk like Marge Simpson. It sounds terrifying now that I'm saying it out loud. I can see little kids running back to their moms, like get that mushroom away from me.
I don't know where to go from here.
Kanye West for Smash Bros.
Kanye West for Smash. Make it happen, Nintendo. Get another meeting going.
Yeah. Do it or else.
2021. Make it happen.
That's all I got.
To all acquaintance be forgot.
Know the words.
You can't watch the ball because of COVID-19. Stay home, please. Bye.
Bye.